Two legends from the gaming laptop world go head-to-head. ASUS ROG Zephyrus G14 versus Lenovo Legion 7. Which one really delivers? On the left, the ultra-portable, stylish Zephyrus G14. And on the right, the desktop-class powerhouse Legion 7. Let's skip the buzzwords and get to the real stuff. Each category earns points, and at the end, you'll see exactly who comes out on top. The result might not be what you expect. All right, before we dive in, let me lay out our game plan. We've got price and value, performance, display, portability, ports and expandability, battery life, audio and webcam, and, that whole build and aesthetic situation. So we're covering basically everything that actually matters day to day. Jumping into price and value first, now the Zephyrus G14. Honestly, it's got that premium price tag, mostly because it's packing the latest AMD and NVIDIA gear in this tiny chassis. You do pay extra for that clever design. Can't ignore that. But yeah, if you max it out, the price climbs. Now, Legion 7, so it's got serious performance per dollar, especially if you're going for a higher-end config. Bigger, heavier, but still pretty good bang for your buck at the top. Downside, if you're speccing it out completely, it's going to cost you more too. So between the two, honestly, Zephyrus G14 sneaks ahead for the value, especially if portability is high on your list. All right, now let's talk sheer performance. The Zephyrus G14, new AMD Ryzen AI 9, RTX 5080. Awesome for a laptop this small. It's fast, there's no doubt, but in a small chassis, you're obviously going to run into some thermal limits if you push it hard. Legion 7, though, this thing is a monster. Intel Core i9, RTX 4090 Plus, and because it's thicker, the cooling is just next level. High frame rates, less stutter, and you don't really need to worry about overheating as much. Yeah, it's heavier, but with that extra size comes the muscle. So, performance winner here? Legion 7, hands down. Display time! Zephyrus G14 comes baked with this insane 2880 by 1800 OLED. Seriously, the colors pop, blacks look like ink, and the pixel density is way up there with 242 ppi. Looks so good. Just wish it was bigger, right? But it's a 14-inch. Lenovo Legion 7 swings back with a 16-inch IPS, super smooth at 240 Hz, which is sweet if you're really into competitive gaming. But you know what? No OLED option here. And the pixel density doesn't quite match up. For pure display wow factor, G14, easy win. Oh, here's something cool you might not know. The Zephyrus G14, at one point, actually held the title as the lightest 14-inch gaming laptop in the world. Pretty wild, right? Let's talk portability, probably one of the biggest differences. Zephyrus G14 is crazy lightweight at just 1.57 kilograms. It's thin. You can literally toss it in a backpack and not think twice. Sure, you lose a couple ports compared to the bigger Legion, but for travel, it's unbeatable. Legion 7, still slim, especially for a 16-inch beast, but let's be real, we're talking about 2.6 kilograms here. It's a commitment to carry. So, for portability, Zephyrus G14 totally crushes it. Next up, ports and expandability. Zephyrus G14 gives you a modern lineup. USB-C, micro SD, all the basics. Missing a couple things though. No full-size SD, and fewer total ports than Legion. Now, Lenovo's Legion 7, this guy has pretty much every port you could want. Full-size SD for your camera nerds, dedicated USB-A spots, and a nice rear port layout so cables are out of the way. To be honest, they only managed this because the laptop's so big, but hey, more is more. Legion 7 wins this round. Battery life. Always a hot topic with gaming laptops. ASUS Zephyrus G14 is running efficient AMD silicon, so it actually does way better than you'd expect for gaming on the go. Not bad, honestly. OLED can eat a little extra juice if you max out the brightness, though. Legion 7, it powers a big 99 watt-hour battery. Decent for its size, but let's not forget, that high-end Intel and NVIDIA combo is thirsty. So in real-world use, G14 pulls ahead for battery. Sound and webcam. Let's go. The Zephyrus G14, its speakers are absolutely top tier. Surprisingly loud and crisp for something so slim. Webcam is clear and, yeah, IR face unlock, which is pretty cool if you want to skip passwords. Legion 7 keeps up with really solid speakers, decent 1080p camera, and a privacy shutter, but no IR face unlock. So, Zephyrus G14 edges it out for audio and webcam quality. And finally, build and aesthetic. Now, this is where things get kind of subjective. Zephyrus G14, honestly, it's got that slick aluminum premium vibe. And the customizable lid lighting, super fun, but compromise. A smaller keyboard and trackpad to save on space. Legion 7 comes in with a more understated design. Feels sturdy. Bigger keyboard and trackpad. which is awesome for typing. It is bulkier though, so for build quality and looks, honestly, both have their own swagger. Gonna have to call this one a tie.
So, we've seen how each contender stacks across all the categories. Visualizing it side by side, you can just see where Zephyrus G14 shines in portability, display, and battery, and where Legion 7 flexes its power and expandability. Kinda makes you realize your winner totally depends on what you really care about. All right, honest opinion time. If you want supreme portability and absolutely breathtaking OLED visuals for work or creative stuff, Zephyrus G14 is totally your guy. But if all-out desktop-class gaming, maxed-out cooling, and every port you can think of is your jam, then the Legion 7 is going to be hard to beat. Both are awesome, but your winner will really depend on your lifestyle. If you found this helpful, stick around for more deep dives. And hey, for all the latest specs and deals, be sure to check out ASUS and Lenovo's official